Hello, welcome to Ephemera Files by Tommy. And today I am sharing a flip through of this little bitty journal that is really pretty simple. But I really like the way that it turned out. And I am using some digitals, and they are from Cara Creations, Nevermore Creations, and DearJulieJulie, and my own digital. And I will have all of those linked in the description, except for mine. I am still trying to figure out how to share it with people. When I get that figured out, I'll come back and edit that and put it in the description box. I made this from a copy of Longfellow's Tales of a Wayside Inn. And this is a piece of a sheet, and it's actually a bamboo sheet, but I love the way it feels. It looks really old, and I wore the sheets I kept until they were worn out. I washed them and washed them and washed them and washed them, and they just got softer and softer. If you have a chance to get bamboo sheets, I would try them. I've added this feather that my husband found for me while he was golfing, because he knows how I feel about feathers, and he thought it looked pretty cool, and I agree. Let's see, for the cover, the book started out this wide, and I did my expansion technique that I think I made a video about. I'll link that below as well. I went through with some, this is European Gold Rub and Buff, and added just a little bit on the corners and around the edges of this. I couldn't quite get it to stay in. It's old enough that the embossing is not quite as deep as it would have been, and I just would have ended up golding the whole thing. This is a Macmillan's Pocket Classic, therefore that is why it is so small. I did add this picture frame, and there is also a picture frame on the inside that creates a tuck spot. Let's see, this measures, let me grab my ruler. Uh, 5 3/4 inches by 4 inches, and it is just almost not gator mouthed at all. And the cover is 1 1/4, and over here it's 1 1/2. So teeny tiny bit of gator mouthing, but not a lot, not a lot. A lot of times I really have trouble keeping my mouth shut, keeping my gator mouth small. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. It does have, I think, three signatures, and it is a hidden binding. All right, so I kept this front page. It has a whole list of people in it, 28, 27, 28. It says, for this girl, I'd fight a duel. Who's the sweetest in high school? E.T. UC-BUC. I don't know what that means. Here is the front page from the book, and I just folded it and tucked it in right here. And there is a little sticker right there. And I am going to go ahead and put things back in as I go through, instead of making my pile over to the side. Let's see, here we also have the original page still in there, and it's just got notes. 2-syllable meter. This was actually a school book, so, or used in school. So there are some handwritten notes on a lot of the pages. I don't have all the pages in here, but I do have some. And here's another list of Macmillan's Pocket American and English classics, and then it's got some asterisks. Cannot be sold in British dominions. Thought that was interesting. And I can't remember which digitals came from which person unless it's mine, except for a few. So here we've got a pocket, And this is a hidden paper clip that is a super tight paper clip. I've had trouble getting it off every single time. It's not glued on there, it's just tight. And I think it's because I've got stuff in here. This is an envelope that I've just got tucked into that pocket. And inside the envelope, I have a tea-dyed index card. And I put that in the pocket with the flap going over the page. And this backing page is from my digitals. And on the back side, this was tucked into the back. This is a DearJulieJulie digital. And then I've just got some stamping that I've done with a stencil on the back of it. It can still be written over very easily. I just think that's a fun technique. And so I've got that tucked in there. And then this goes right over the edge. These are the original page. This is an original page. I did put some back in. Here I've got a flip out. And this is the beginning of Paul Revere's Ride. This is mine. Anything that looks like it's on this kind of paper is from my digital. Here I've got a pocket that has disturbed corners. This is a DearJulieJulie, I remember that. A little collage on this greeting card. Here I've got a flip up. This is from a different book, but I thought it worked well in there. A little flip out here. And then this is a pocket on the back side with a little journaling card, piece of fabric that I'm not real sure what it is, and a tiny little safety pin. And this is one of my tea-dyed index cards. This is a DearJulieJulie digital. And I made this a window pocket. This is part of the book behind it with a washi sticker on top. And then I've included, I got a batch of these papers from, I think I got them on Amazon. And so when I've used those, I've tried to just fold them and let them be mostly the way that they are, just decorated a little bit so they can either be written on or they can be used to decorate the journal. This is one of my pages. I have a doily here with a washi sticker and a bee washi sticker. I have torn some of the pages because they stuck out too far, but I like that look anyway. Here I've got another pocket made from one of these postcard printables, little flap there. And inside this pocket, I have a French vocabulary card and a journaling tag. Here's the center of the first signature, and it's got a doily with one of the postcards on it. Here I have another pocket with a disturbed corner, and oh goodness, I can't remember where that's from. I thought I knew for a second, and then I realized I didn't. And it's got a washi sticker and some washi tape, a little bit more of that fabric with a safety pin and writing space on the back. This is a tuck, but this just fits all the way over, so I put it there. And this is just a journaling card. And that's some tea-dyed paper. And that one's a DearJulieJulie. I probably remember all the DearJulieJulies. Maybe not. This is just covering up part of that page. This is another flip. And in this, I have a video showing how I made it. And it is based on something called a, oh no, what was it? It was some kind of a fold, something letter fold, started with a T. I have a video on how to make it, so I will link that below. And it just opens up, got writing space, napkin applique there, and that wraps around the side. Come to the inside here. Turkish, it's a Turkish fold, Turkish map fold. And this opens up like that. So you've got that whole page. And then you also have here and there and there. You can write basically on all sides of it except for this one house shape. A little bit of collage with some washi sticker and washi tape. Tucked in this pocket, I just have some different scrap pieces. They can all be journaling spots. They can be used elsewhere. And I folded this one in half and then tucked the other two inside of it so that it was easier to just get them all out of the pocket at the same time. Here I have a pocket. Let's see. This was also from a paper pack that was, I think that was from Amazon too. And I just tore the top corner and added some washi tape there for a little bit of interest. Another washi sticker with some tape to look like it was placed inside the book. And that was signature 1. Signature 2 starts with this pocket, and inside this pocket I have another French vocabulary card, and this is another of the papers with a little bit of stenciling on the back. Trying to get it aligned just right, because if you do it the right way, then the word sometimes is right in that window. There we go, which I thought was fun. I like that. Here is a top tuck with some music. This is old, I do not know what age it is, and a journaling card with a washi sticker on it. Here's a pocket with another French vocabulary card. And then this is a DearJulieJulie digital, and I've just folded up the bottom and made a little pocket right there. And then this lifts up and you can write underneath. This is DearJulieJulie, and it flips open and out, and I've got a little pocket here with a couple of journaling cards inside. And I didn't do anything to the back of those. Usually I do. We're going to pretend I did that on purpose. And then that closes. And then I have another torn pocket right here. And this is another of the original pages from the book. And it has part of the contents and then some notes. It says read notes carefully. It's got a whole list of be able to describe the end's appearance, da-da-da-da-da. And that fits right in there. Here's another flip out. Here's the center of the middle signature, and inside I have a couple more of those tea-dyed index cards and a little ticket that is just from a box, not a box, a pad, a ticket pad. And then the same over here, the ticket is just blue with a little bit of a different design around the border. This is not a pocket, it is just there because I didn't want to waste it. I wanted it to go in. This is not a pocket either. That was a messy page, and I kind of covered up the middle messy part. This one is a pocket. It's got a little peekaboo down here with the journaling card. This is a folded page, does not unfold. It creates a tuck here. This is Dear Julie Julie. That is too. And in the windows here, I have a rose coming out of one, and then this is washi tape that I just put across the back so that it would show through the window. And then on the other side, this creates a pocket. And I have another of the Amazon sheets. I have stenciled on the inside, and then this tucks in just because I just like the look, and I like to do that. I have a lot of things that I like to do for absolutely no reason. These two are from my digital. This is just a scrap that I didn't want to leave as a scrap, so I put it on there. And then this is the third signature. We have a top tuck here. This was a postcard printable, digital, but it had 3 birds on it going 3 different directions, so it felt kind of odd to me. So that is one of them. And this is the bottom of the card, so he was like laying on his back, looking up at the sky. This one was looking this way, and then the other one is in here somewhere, and he was looking a different way. Here's another one of my tea-dyed index cards. Tucks right up in there. And then this opens up. Oh, this is the other part of the card. And see, he would have been, this is the bottom of the card, so he'd have been laying like on his wing looking down at the ground. So I turned it. 2 more of the French vocabulary cards. And I have another pocket here with a disturbed corner. This is a Dear Julie Julie digital. It's part of what she calls a no, that's not a 6-pack. These are wallets. I had cut that out, just punched it out for something else, and still had it in my scraps. I didn't want to waste it, so I made a little booklet. And so right here you can see the lilies. I thought it was funny that this little bit of pink, which is actually the tip of a rose, I got lined up right with that lily, and I thought that was cute. And so there's that. And then this is another pocket. I've got a tab over here, and it's behind this window. And when you pull it out, you still got the, oh, I think that's a bachelor's button, but I'm not sure, showing on there. But then you've got another one that matches these flowers showing on the back. It slides right back in there just like that. This is part of my digital. This is Dear Julie Julie in a disturbed corner. Another journaling card. I don't remember where I got those. I think that they were given, I think that I got them in a batch of cards. Here I have a double pocket. Another one of the original pages. This is the rest of the table of contents. And so I thought that that would be a good thing to add in. I can't remember, did I have that one tucked in? I did not have I didn't have that one tucked in. I wonder why. I just forgot to do it. Because I had it folded as a tuck-in, I thought. Yeah, there we go. And that's in the bottom pocket here. And then in the top, we have another journaling card. Another top tuck, another of the book pages. This is the front page. 1923 is when this book is from. More notes, handwritten notes. Actually, wow, that says 1923. This one says 1906. I don't know. I don't know what they were intending with that. I'm going to go with the older date as the name of the book, because otherwise you wouldn't have that on there, right? Or not the name of the book, but the date. And so this is a Dear Julie, Julie digital. That's a tag page, I believe. It's a tag page. And I've just did a little bit of decoration on there. And then this back one forms a pocket. This is also Dear Julie, Julie. And these are from lots of different ones of her, or lots of different kits of hers, because I have just a file folder that's Dear Julie, Julie, because I don't throw anything away of hers. Let's see, and then here I have more of that old sheet music. But this time it's glued onto the dyed index card. That's avocado dye, so it creates a little booklet. And then the same over here. This one still has the strings from the book, from the sheet music book. My digital. This is just covering up a mess. This is one of the window pockets, and I do have the acetate lining in it. And then this picture is from the book, and it's actually the Wayside Inn. So I thought that was interesting. More of the notes, and I think that this is a single page. It feels thick, but I think it's just a single page. And so I had to add that in there, because that was just fun. The top tuck here. Let's see, is that a tuck? Yeah, it's a tuck, because it's only... No, it's a pocket because it's got 3 sides. I think this may be the last of the French vocabulary cards. And then another one of the pages from that paper pack that I've stenciled on. And then I did the stencil stamp on the back side. Oops. Oh my goodness. And I can't keep a hold of it for some reason. And so that just tucks up in there. And that one. Here I have a little Tim Holtz clip that is holding this flap over. That is a pocket. And so that's one of my tea-dyed index cards. And then this page I just had covered over like that, so that it kind of covered it up. I don't know. I like that layer that it creates. So I did it. Again, that's one of my pages. Let's see, here I have another pocket with the window. This is from a paper pad. I don't know where from, because it was like a single paper that I had with a little whale tail tab. And a little flower there that's still inside. Let's see. Oh, and that was the last of the 3rd signature. This is still an inclusion, or one of the pages from the book, from the index. Here I created a pocket with the last of the postcards with a tab here. And I just included an extra doily, paper doily, and then 2 more of the papers from the Amazon pack. And then here is the end of it. UK-BUK, I don't know. It looks like that might be pencil, so it could be erased. CE.T also could be erased. So that is Tales of a Wayside Inn. I like the way it turned out. This was something that I actually started over a year ago. I mean, I had a lot of the pages already picked out and a lot of the things ready to go in it, and then it sat for well over a year, and I just decided I was going to finally do it this month. Oh, and I started it the 2nd week of June, so I can get things done. It just sometimes I can't get to getting things done. I like how it turned out, though. If you are interested in it, let me know and we can discuss. Thank you for joining me today, and as always, be kind. Bye.